Hi, my name's Max Strauss, and with me today is Isaiah Ekejiuba. Let's get started. Did you watch a lot of American football, before high school, or in?
I mean, when I was real young, my dad used to watch, a lot of football, and I didn't really understand it, so I didn't really watch it as much as he did.
Did your dad have a favorite football team, or that he always watched, or
My dad he was a Cowboys fan, and when I was younger.
What about you?
I didn't really have a favorite, what I could say was a favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I just pretty much watched whatever game my dad was watching.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was pretty much it. Spend some time with him. But no, I can't say that I had a team that I was going to go support or not, because I didn't really know much about the team, nor did I know much about the players on the teams.
Did you play football in high school?
No, I didn't really play football in high school. I mean, I had a roommate that played, and he was really good. But so I just kind of watched him try to, go to the games. The coach tried to get me to play, just to get on there and kind of help the team. But, it wasn't really, at that point, it really wasn't my thing, because, I thought, I had played soccer and I wanted, I liked that better. It felt like it was more fun for me at that point. But, obviously that changed.
Do you still play soccer at all, or it's just football only?
Every now and then I kick the ball around. I don't do, nothing too much like that, for the risk of injury, off-season injuries that, that you don't want or that aren't planned. But so I don't do much of it anymore. I go kick the ball around with a couple friends, but, we don't take it too serious.
All right. So, has soccer helped you at all in American football? So,
I mean, soccer, aspect, and then you have to think about, your footwork, your your coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer does, it puts all that together. I mean, apart from the stamina aspect of it, just your coordination and the ability to be able to work within, a group of people, because you think about it, it's all about teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
And the easier it is for you to adapt to a team, the easier it is for everybody to get together and to be successful in that way. So I think that was one of the big things for me, with, just the team aspect, camaraderie, and and the just just agility in general.
Mm-hmm. How long have you played football?
I played 3 years in college, and this is my 6th year in the NFL right now. So going on 9 years.
What was it like to be a walk-on at University of Virginia? That's a top school for football.
It was very scary at first, but it was a good experience because the environment was very welcoming. I had, a lot of support from some of the guys that were already there and the coaching staff. So it made the transition. I mean, the work was hard, but it made the transition pretty easy.
Did you play any other sports, and that's why it was just an easy transition?
Yeah, I played basketball. I ran track. The main two things that I did. And just doing that, you just feel like you're somewhat athletic, and then you want to try something different. So that's what it was for me. I knew I was somewhat athletic, and I knew I could, just try some things. I didn't think I'd get to the level I'm at right now, but, I just knew I could go out and just try to be successful with something different.
Mm-hmm. So, what was your best experience at University of Virginia?
My best experience at the University of Virginia. Wow, I mean, I had so many experiences. I can't really say that, that I could pick one over the other. I mean, I remember my first game I played it was against Duke, just getting out there, making that first tackle. That was probably, it was the beginning. I look back at it now. I didn't think of it, at then. But, it was really the start of my career. Just that first game I played, for the Virginia Cavaliers. So that has to be pretty much one of the best experiences.
What impact did outgrow the coach have on your career, on your professional career?
Well, he gave me the opportunity to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's what outgrow did as the head coach. It's ultimately his decision who plays and who doesn't. So he gave me the opportunity to make the team, gave me the opportunity, eventually to get on the field and play, and. He was a guy that came down from the NFL, so he already had an NFL structured program. So, once I got to the NFL, I already knew what to expect. I wasn't shocked by it because I already gone through it in college.
What was your whole draft experience like? Did you expect to be drafted? Did you hear reports or when you should have landed or?
And I didn't expect to get drafted for the simple fact that I didn't have enough film to go in there and say, all right, this is what I've done. This is why you should draft me. Mm-hmm. No, but I did have a guy out of Arizona at the time by the name of Kevin O'Day, who was on the Jets for a while. So Kevin O'Day, he gave me a call and said, listen, we like you. We like what you've done on teams. We're going to bring you in for, just to give you a chance, give you a look. And that's really where it started for me. He gave me that opportunity. And, I went out there for Arizona and played the first few games, on special teams. And, it ended up that it didn't work out. But he had given me that opportunity to put some film out there, to other NFL teams, and the Raiders picked me up. Mm-hmm. So and that's the big thing, because a lot of people, they don't understand the value of the things you put on film, because somebody is always watching. You always hear that in the NFL. It doesn't matter what you do, if it's on film, somebody's always watching you. So whatever you do, you have to always do it, to the best of your ability. And, that's how I got over here to Oakland. And that's when I'm trying to stay here for as long as I can and just keep getting better at what I do.
Mm-hmm. What was the hardest jump from college to the NFL?
And I think the mental aspect of the game, a lot of things you do in college, you get, a lot of help from the coaches, watching film, studying your playbook. But now you have to watch a lot of film on your own, and you see a lot of guys that that really take it very serious and study day in, day out. So I think apart from the speed, which the first thing you see is the speed and the size of the guys, it's the mental preparation.
Did you watch a lot of film in college? How'd you really learn how to watch film and prepare yourself?
I mean, I didn't watch as much film in college, because like I said, we'd watch film with the coach. But in the NFL, when I first got here when I first got to the Raiders, I was in Arizona first. When I got to the Raiders, you had a guy here named Danny Clark. So he was sort of the veteran for us at that time, and he started, teaching us how to, watch more film and take notes. So he was a big impact in just learning to do that. And then you watch other guys that, that have been in the league for a long time, and you're asking how they've been successful. A lot of them say, just a lot of film studies. So just watching the veterans.
Could you have predicted how far football would have taken you?
No, honestly, I would have never, expected to, to be where I am. I'd never, for the life of me, thought that I would be this far, this far in my career. It's just been a blessing, It's year in, year out trying to make the team. But, I feel like I've been very blessed. I have a lot of good, positive people around me, role models that help me stay focused in everything I do. And, it's just crazy that I've come this far. And I want to, again, like I said, I was an alternate, but I want to actually go to the Pro Bowl and play, so I'm just looking to get better every year.
So you mentioned, like, role models. Like, who was your role model when you were growing up?
But, growing up, my role model was my mom. She just everything she did. She was just successful. She made us be focused in school and do all that. And I think I get my work ethic from her because she was such a hard worker and such a positive person that it became contagious to all of us. So if I was to say my biggest role model, I'll say my mom. But it's just I didn't watch the game growing up. It's able to just be able to focus and try to pick things up. And, she gave me that kind of focus and dedication.
So, yeah, special teams. Because you got to be sick if you're going to run downfield, going full steam, like full speed and everything, willing to hit a guy and decapitate him. So
yeah, there's definitely a mentality, to like you said, run down there and hit somebody at full speed. Some people are willing to do it, and others aren't. It's just, how do you feel? How do you feel about it? To me, I've gotten better at it by the year because, I just think, I pick one person, in my mind, I don't think they're better than me. So I just have to go down there and try to prove it every time. Mm-hmm. So that's my attitude.
So you pride yourself on special teams and the impact?
Absolutely. Special teams, it's often overlooked. Mm-hmm. And, it's just, if you think about the field position game, that a lot of people don't worry about the special teams aspect of it, but it plays a lot of role in, your field position. If you can make a tackle and a kickoff inside the 20, then the offense got to drive at least 80 yards to score a touchdown on you. And, people just overlook little things like that. But, we take pride, especially out here in Oakland. We take pride in our special teams because we want to be the best every year, and we want to just keep improving. It's a lot. Like I said, a lot of people just, you look at the wide receivers that score the touchdowns and the quarterbacks that, throw the touchdowns. But, yeah, you try to get them in good field position. I mean, if you have a great quarterback, they're going to drive that, that 80 yards to go score. But you don't want your team to drive 80 yards every time they touch the ball. It's just unrealistic to score points like that all the time.
What's something your teammates don't know about you?
Some of my teammates don't know about me. I mean, pretty much all my teammates know everything about me just because we're so close and we always hang out together, go out together.
So you don't have no embarrassing story or?
I've definitely run into our kick returner one time and tackled him, so that wasn't fun. Johnny Lee Higgins, so he wasn't very happy about that. So we still talk about that, but apart from that's pretty much it in terms of little blunders like that. Mm-hmm.
What's your best memory on the Raiders?
Best memory on the Raiders, honestly, was that when I made the team, it seems like such a small thing, but you have to think about you're fighting for your job every year. So that first year I came back, and I made the team, that was probably as excited as I've been about everything. I think I called everybody I knew and told them. And, hopefully my next best experience will be us winning the AFC West and, going out there and going to the playoffs and making a splash.
Do you have a favorite quote?
I would say favorite quote. I can't think of one now. Just off the top of my head. I mean, yeah, you just gotta. I think about it like this every day. I wake up. I say the more they doubt me, the harder I work to prove them wrong. And that's just in everything, not just in football, just in life. The more people doubt you about things, that's it. The more ammunition you need to go. I mean, a lot of people aren't self-motivators, but if you are, that's great. If not, sometimes it takes somebody telling you can't do something for you to go do it.
For someone like me, but like I'm a high school student, and even people in college, like they want to make it in the NFL. Like, what's the best advice you can give to someone?
One of the best things I could tell you is, one, listen to those that have been there. Before you get anywhere, there's always people that have done it before you. Like for me, when I was a rookie, it was a lot of vets, with the Warren Sapps and Randy Mosses, Ted Washington, Jerry Porter, those guys. And so the biggest thing is, whatever you do, do it your best, the best of your ability. Don't look back and say, man, I wish I could have done that. Maybe things would have changed for me. Don't have any regrets. Whatever you do, do it right the first time so you don't have to come back and do it again. And that's one of the biggest things I have. Just do everything to the best of your ability, and it will pay off for you.
Like, trying to achieve a goal, what's the hardest thing that you're trying to achieve?
Right now, the thing you want to do out here, the number one goal is to win, to win the Super Bowl. When you're a champion, there's no feeling like it. You can't, it can't be taken away from you. So, I want to, beyond, obviously you have personal goals, personal expectations of yourself. And, I would love, to go to the Pro Bowl. But beyond that, I would love, to go play in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. That takes precedence over everything else. And that would be, that'd be a dream come true for me.
Thank you so much, Isaiah Ekejiuba.
Ekejiuba, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. All right, so thank you. Thanks for listening to Pro Interviews. I hope you continue to check out my site and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/prointerviews. Thanks.